Hey, what's up? I want to go over automation and auto effects in Ableton, particularly the Autofilter. Now, automation is an automatic knob turning option or feature. It's basically you draw in with the draw tool the movement of a parameter, and it does that. It's pretty powerful. And it's very useful, and you should be using it a lot, as opposed to the normal LFO and all that fun stuff. And we'll get into that later. Hopefully, that's more advanced. But yeah, so what we have here is we have a loop reminiscent of a famous Canadian producer guy that eats cheese. Now, we could sidechain that, but what sidechaining is it's volume reduction with a signal coming in, and this has quite a bit of sound coming in, so the sidechain could be affected by that, which would suck, and it sounds bad. So what we can do is we can do artificial sidechaining via automation, and that is automating the output of a compressor, which is basically the volume uppy downy reducer. So what we'll do is we'll select that, and you can verify compressor output gain, right? You'll press B, right? And you want to do it kind of like that, right? And what that does is that cuts the sound out completely, that beginning part. But we want it to kind of ramp up. So we'll press B again, and then double click on this little guy here, and then there you go, right? So we take that. Now we want to duplicate this, and if we press Control D, it duplicates the track, and which is not good. So we'll undo duplicate. So what the trick is Control Alt. You select it, Control Alt D. Gotta make sure my finger's in the right place. Control D, and what that does is that duplicates the automation, right? So what that did is that duplicated the automation, but didn't affect the audio, and that's pretty important. And what that does is it gives us an artificial kind of sidechain, and we'll play that now. And you can hear that. So we'll make it a little less intense by pulling this up, selecting it again, Control D, right? Right, now that sounds cool. And you'll notice that's on 16th notes, which he didn't invent or have any international copyright patents. So what you're going to do is you're going to drop in an autofilter, and we're going to add a neat little effect. The autofilter, it's filtering off the frequency of the high. And what we could do is you can attach this autofilter, so you can automatically attach an LFO. And an LFO is basically a very short kind of sine wave, or square, or a triangle, or saw ramp up, or saw ramp down. We want a saw ramp down, so it's open. So what it does is you have the filter open, and then it goes down, and then it opens up, and then it goes down in that shape. You can imagine what the filter is gonna be doing. There's a rate at you can go 1 cycle a second or 10 cycles a second, which is a very fast reverb. You have to set the amount up to hear it. That's really fast. Or you can do it 1 cycle a second. But you want to sync up to the track, and you don't even have to do calculations. You can just hit the musical note option, bam. So it's at 16ths, but the phase is at 0. So what this does, it takes a signal, it splits it up, and the autofilter affects the left and right independently, but at different times. If you set the phase to 0, it doesn't. What you want to do is you want to set that to 8ths. And what that does It's basically automatic filter automation that triggers at each note beginning, so you get a plucky sound. And that's a neat kind of effect you can use. It's really good for a lot of things. So we'll leave that on there. We'll add a reverb just to kind of smooth it out. And what we can do in that track is just a filter opening up. This may or may not be a good example, but we'll do it anyway. So we have the filter here. We'll press B, select this part, autofilter, and the frequency of what's affected. We have that up, so it's slowly ramping up. And we'll give it a bit more kind of an effect that's noticeable. And you can do that with a lot of things. You can do that with ping pong delay. Wet dry. We'll have the wet up to here. You can even have that for a filter cutoff in the EQ, or anything else for that matter. And what this is doing is it's more so useful for making your track change over time. Just instead of having stagnant loops, you can think of it as an example as here, I'll show you. So what you have is one of the main things that's automated. We'll pull up something here and play it. One of the main things that's automated in dance music is the filter. And the filter is, well, this is a bandpass filter. You can have it directly. I'll move it like this. So you can automate that. You can record the automation in, which we'll do. Actually, we won't. But you just hit record, and anything that's automated in your program gets recorded into Ableton. Actually, nothing's playing. You have to record that via this way. So we will draw in some weird automation. Holy crap, what's going on here? So that way, it's the filter of the snow. And I just failed. So I'll play it. Damn it. So you can automate basically everything. And the reason I did this, I forgot I had no MIDI coming in, so I just assumed it would play a sound if I was automated. Yeah, brain fart. But yeah, then you can automate unlimited things and do some really cool stuff with it. I hope I explained that well. Any questions, leave a comment and I'll answer it, or I'll make an addendum.